This is a classic example of things that always go to plan. Right guys, it's glutes and hamstring day, which means I need one of these. We're gonna go get warmed up. We're gonna hit some RDLs, a couple of new movements that I've incorporated into my plan as of recent. Fuse to all, sink your teeth into, but yeah, let's go get warm. Right guys, we're just warming up. Never neglect warming up and cooling down, so important. I feel like a lot of people miss this step and it is vital, especially when you are training with intent, lifting heavy stuff, high reps, low reps, whatever it is. You need to make sure that your muscles are warm and primed for movement. So I just do a 5-10 minute run, bit of a stretch, and then we're good to go. So we'll just go and stretch out, especially when I'm doing lowers. I really want to make sure that I'm get right into my knees and my hips, because from years of dancing, my knees feel very battered. I just make sure I have a little movement. Again, I said this last time, I don't actually have a routine for stretching. I just move into the places that I feel need it. And I love that I'm moving forward. I feel like, you know, one of them dogs when dogs like rub the bum against the carpet. This is part of my warm-up, joking. So now that I feel nice and, again, just way more limber, we're gonna start going. I'm gonna actually go through a bit of a pre-exhaustion. So the reason I do this is my glutes aren't very stubborn, but I still think it's very good. But a lot of people say that the glutes are stubborn. So doing something that just completely warms up and basically just gets them glutes fired is a great way to start your glute and hamstring day. So come with me. This always really confuses me. There we go. This contraption, I think it's that way. Ow. No. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, we're in. So, like I said, pre-exhaustion. Important to know this is obviously not my first like proper lift here. This is just me again, firing those glutes up. So I'm gonna go high reps. So I want 15 and I wanna really think about the muscles that I'm using, which are my glutes. Just again, control it on the way down. So I'm not banging into the movement. Taking my time, really thinking about them glutes. We're gonna do 4 sets of 15. I really wanna make sure that ass is working today. So a little rest. We go again. Again, you're not trying to go heavy here. You're just trying to control the movement. Right, honest to God, guys, never underestimate the power of time under tension. That is relatively easy weight, high reps, but because I am taking that time, so my time under tension, this is around 2 to 3 seconds back to the baseline. So wherever the movement would technically be easier, normally if gravity or whatever is taking place, you make that harder by slowing it right down. So that's the eccentric of the movement, and honestly, my ass is burning. So you'll hear people say, like, instead of sometimes ego lifting, think about your time under tension, because that is moving with intent, and that is when you know you are really utilising the muscles that you want. So before we start playing with the really heavy weights, I'm just going to do a bit of an extra warm up. I know we've just done the abductors. I just want to make sure that my hamstrings and my glutes are ready to go. So one quick warm up, and then I'm going to explain what we're doing. So we're just going to fire out a nice little 10. Right, lovely. Okay, so let's put some weights on. So we're gonna do a pyramid today, which again, I love to do these because it incorporates the high reps with your low reps. So you're getting that volume training as well as that strength training. Marry them together and I feel like it's just so intense, and that's what we like to do. So pyramid set, we're gonna do 8, then we're gonna do 6, then we're gonna do 4. So the idea is when the reps get lower, we get higher with the weight, and then we work back down the pyramid. So let's figure out what we want on the set for 8. I've annoyingly got the wrong straps today. I hate the straps that I've brought, but I've got one of the ones that I actually like. So a little trick, I actually deadlift and squat in just my socks or really flat shoes, because I want to feel the ground I tend to do a little trick where I like imagine that I'm corkscrewing my feet into the floor, keeps you grounded, make sure that you're using that full foot. So I'm thinking about big toe, little toe, heel, all in the ground, all at once, so that I'm not knocking knees, coming into my toes, coming into my heels, coming off balance. So also it's really, really not weak to use straps. I hate this notion, that to me is ego lifting. If straps help you lift, just use the damn straps. There's no way, there's literally no way. Grip's fully gone. It's probably better than them. Problem with them is because they're bulky, I haven't got any grip on them. Let's try again. Right guys, this is a classic example of things don't always go to plan. I've brought the wrong straps today. I don't understand. Because they're so bulky, you actually can't get grip around the bar in the first place because obviously they wrap around like this. Long story short, we're not making excuses here. I couldn't get my PB out today. It was absolutely no go. Really wanted to get over 110. Just wasn't happening basically. So instead of being, you know, throwing a paddy, I'm just gonna adapt a little bit. So I'm just gonna change the rep ranges, go that little bit lighter, but instead of doing the 8-6-4, we'll go for 12-10-8. Simple, we're still getting that volume in, we're still stimulating those muscles. So you can now watch me do that. We're gonna try this again. Again, taking your time. There's no point rushing the movement, don't move for ego. So another important thing is make sure you're resting. 90 seconds to 2 minutes. A load of people come to me saying it's boring, but you've got to think about it. You need to fully recover between your sets in order to go into the next one fully replenished and ready to go. Otherwise, you're just going to exhaust yourself. You're not going to get the most out of your workouts. So yeah, it might be boring, but it serves purpose. So make sure you rest, you recover, then we go back into it. Oh, that grip is not my friend today at all. Which again, here's what it is. I can tell I'm working hard, as you can hear. That's all that matters. As long as you give it your all, that's all you can do. Moving swiftly on. We're gonna do a set of, hip thrusts, straight into B stance. So I'm gonna show you what they are, but this is pure volume. It's gonna be peppered. It's basically doing, in fact, no, I'm gonna change that. No, I'm not. I'm gonna drop set it. So full on hip thrust, then we'll go B stance. So B stance is just basically just targeting unilateral, so doing one side at a time. So Jack is gonna help me by, once I've done my 10 hip thrusts, I need you to whack off a plate so that my B stance is a little bit lower. Again, just because it is that single leg. I'm not gonna go a little bit too heavy and end up hurting myself. Oh no. Oh no. This is such a contraption. I feel like every YouTube video is me just getting into really weird machines. Okay. Oh. My watch had paused, rude. Oh, that is vile. Yeah, that's minging. Right, important thing to remember when you're doing these is that what you don't want to be doing is overarching your back like this. What you want to be doing is thinking of tucking everything in. So I think hips to ribs, chin to chest. Otherwise, you're just going to hurt your back. So it's really important to be solid in your form. So let's do this. Right, we're going to lower the weight and go into the B stance. What is wrong with me today? Okay. Straight in. Still keep it nice and controlled. What is wrong with me? I am knackered. Okay. Thank God that's it there. Okay, we're gonna do, I feel like I've been bashing this recently and I quite like it. When I originally tried it, I thought, oh, it's just an Instagram fad, but it actually is belting as another lunge variant. Well, it's a step up, but using a Smith machine. And I feel like because you're using the Smith machine, you've just got that more control and more focus on the muscle that you're working. So really enjoyed it. We'll go and do it now. So again, you'll notice I'm not lifting heavy because I want to get that control in. Form before anything, quality over, the saying is quantity, but we're going to say quality over ridiculous weight, breaking your back, injuries. Cool. Okay. We need one of these. This is where you see my driving skills. There's no attractive way to do this. Okay. Here's how it goes. So we're going to stand here. I'm going to shift this way. I'm going to de-rack, and then I'm just going to really take the time. Now, so key point here, because I'm thinking of my glute, I'm going to think of my hip flexion, which if Jack comes side-ish, you'll be able to see what I mean here. So when we're thinking knee flexion, which is the opposite, we're thinking of keeping this torso really high and just thinking about the flexion of the knee. Whereas now I'm going to lean into this so that I'm thinking about my hip flexion. Because if I flex my hips, my glute is being worked more. See, literally so slow. And if you watch, I'm not bouncing off the floor. I'm thinking of my glute, I'm lifting up with my glute. I feel like they look so easy, and then you do them and you're like, Jesus Christ, why? Oh, swap legs, so 10 per leg, guys. Bit of volume. Controlled. Oh, I've lost count, and if you lose count, woo! Whoa. Ah, you son of a gun. That time would have essentially the bastard. I am getting humbled today. I think sometimes practicing what you preach. Just said to Jack, big realisation that my body has been fighting an illness, and even I naturally at times forget that and come in guns blazing, and then your immune system quickly slaps you back down to earth and says, bitch, take it easy. There's nothing wrong with having a day where it's like maybe a little bit, maybe that's why I lost the straps. Maybe it was a sign that I need to take it easy, because at the end of the day, if I go and hammer it too much, I might end up making myself worse. So recovery is key. So I was taking a taste of my own medicine there, and it ain't nice. Anyway, moving on now, we're gonna do some goblet squats with a dumbbell, and I'm gonna be sensible with my choice of weight here, which I'm sure Jack is shocked at. Right. Is she being sensible? Well, she's being sensible. Cool. Right, so goblet, so nice wide stance. Thinking about the glutes. Oh. Ooh, nice. Gonna do 4 sets of them. Here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna do a drop set on the hamstring curl. I feel like anyone that knows me knows about this bad boy. It's a belter. So we start heavy. We're gonna do, let's go 10, 12, 15 today. So we're gonna start with 10 reps. this is a burner. Ooh. Last drop. Okay. This, I feel like I could floss my teeth with my hamstrings after this. And what's wild is you think this bit's easy because it's low, but it isn't. Oh. Oh. Okay. Wow. I'm just gonna lie here now for 10 minutes or so, and then carry on with my day and hopefully be able to walk. My voice is just getting worse and worse as we go, so I've just been schooled by the glutes and the hamstrings. But the full write-up will be in the description and on my Instagram if you want to go over there for a quick snippet of it. But until then, give it a go, try it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.